What's good, guys? It's Boy Sated up today. I know you've been looking for videos or basically solutions on how to stop the packet burst playing Call of Duty, especially with the Black Ops 6. But just stick with me to the end of this video. I will just get right into it, to be fair. So first things first is, you know the vibes. Do give your boy a like, you know what I mean? Down in the description below, subscribe down below, obviously, and then let's just get right into the video. So obviously the first things first is what I did on mine was I just changed it from an HDMI port to a display port. To be honest, there's something about, you know, the GPU computational power actually drawing better when you're connecting through a display port than the HDMI port, if you know what I mean. And then obviously this video, just as a bit of a disclaimer, is just for PC users. If you're currently on console going through packet burst, then I'll drop another separate video. You can actually leave a comment down below for PlayStations, and then I'll just get right into that one. But this is absolutely for PC users in here. So then obviously the second bit is Ethernet cable. This is a no-brainer. I really don't have to be talking about this one, to be fair, since obviously you know the vibes. If you want to get the most stable connection out of your internet, it's the Ethernet cable. Alternatively, you could use the what do you call it now, 5.0 gigahertz Wi-Fi, but obviously you're still gonna be getting the packet burst, definitely, man. So just use an Ethernet cable. That should actually do it for you. And then the third one is obviously hard drive. So what you do is you need to partition your hard drive one separately just for game files. Obviously, if you've got an external, that's another hard drive. Like if you've got dual hard drive on your system, that's absolutely brilliant. But if not, then if you've got a single hard drive where your Windows operating system is installed, you need to partition it just for the game files. So once you get that partitioned, you transfer over the game files to the partition drive. If you don't know how to do this, I've got a link down in the description below. It's fairly easy, to be honest. You just get it partitioned and then straight up, you know, put in the game files into it. So that really helped. I've been using this one since Modern Warfare 3, and it's been absolutely brilliant, to be honest. So for the rest of the steps, they do require a bit of tweaking in the settings, and I'll just show you right in the video. So just let's get right into the video for that. Okay, so firstly, you'd need to go to your documents folder on your system. So when you get to the documents folder, you click Call of Duty. So when you click on the Call of Duty, click on the Players tab, and you've got this folder here with series of numbers. That's the 1, 1, 2, 6, 8, whatever. You click on that one, and then you scroll way down to where we've got the gamer profile, the 0, the base, the CST 0. So for this one, you need to open it with a notepad. So when you get that done, don't be overwhelmed by the series of files you're actually seeing here. It's fairly straightforward. The only file type we're actually looking for is the stream limit in MB. If you're having a difficulty in looking for that, you can actually just easily use Control F, and then you can just search for stream limit on here. It should bring in the file for you. And then obviously for this one, it will be set to a certain amount of value on here. You need to put that on 0. So when you do that on 0, this prevents the, you know, streaming and downloading quality content in game, since Call of Duty have actually disabled that one. So when you're done with that and then putting it down to a 0, you just click on File, and then you click on Save to save the file. So once that's done, you need to download the NVIDIA GeForce Experience. If you haven't got that installed in your system, I'll leave a link in the description down below where you can easily get that installed. And when you get that application downloaded, you open it, then you come down to the drivers folder on here. You need to make sure that the latest drivers, which is the version 566.03, is installed. And then when that's installed on your system, if you really come on down here as well, you can see it's got Call of Duty Black Ops 6 featuring DLSS3 and Reflex. So obviously there seem to be improvements in the stability of the game with this current driver. So when you're done with that, you need to go down to the graphics, you know, settings on here. You click on your Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So mine is already optimized and using custom settings, but by default is always set to, towards the quality side of things, if you know what I mean. And then obviously, since we're actually looking to get the best performance, we need to make a few, changes to it. So where you've got the upscaling preset, you need to change it to ultra performance on here. I've got all my settings to low, but I'll change that shortly in game as well. So where you don't change that to the ultra performance on here, you come down to where you've got low latency mode, and then you put that one on ultra. Obviously it doesn't make any difference. I've got ultra running through all the games on my system, so it's still the same thing if you actually set it on ultra or you use the global ultra on default as well. So your maximum frame rate, you can set that to 1000 fps. If you want to match it with the number of fps you've currently got or your monitor, that's absolutely fine as well. But I mean, I've actually got mine set to 1000 fps on here. And then the power management mode, you prefer maximum performance. That's what you should be setting it to. So when that's done, there will be an optimize button on here. Mine is already optimized, so that's exactly why it's showing the reverb button on here. So when you've clicked the optimized, then you close the app, and then we'll launch the game so we can make the final settings in the game. So when you've launched the game, then you just come through to the settings tab on here. You move down to where we've got graphics, obviously. So on the display, this should actually be set to full screen exclusive. And then before we actually restart the shaders preloading, you need to change this NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency to on plus boost. And then when that's changed to it, so where you've got this custom frame limit on here, that should be set to customs. And then where you've got the gameplay custom frame rate limit, you need to set this one. To be fair, this was one of the settings I actually did that significantly reduced the packet burst for me. You need to set this one to the same frame rate you've currently got on your monitor where you're playing from. So let's say, for example, if you're playing on a 165 gigahertz monitor screen, you need to set this one to 165. Like for me, my monitor is actually a 250 refresh rate, so I just set it to 245. And then the menu custom frame rate limit, you can actually set this to whatever, since obviously we're not playing games in the menu. And then so you just set that one to the same frame rate you've actually got on your monitor, and then you just apply it. And then obviously for the quality presets on here, where you've got the upscaling and sharpening, you need to set this one to NVIDIA DLSS, and it should be, the preset should be on ultra performance. You could leave the DLSS sharpness as 50, that's absolutely fine. You don't need to change any of that. And then where you've got the VRAM scale target, now for this one, I personally do set it to 70, and then in most cases, when I'm actually getting the packet burst in game, I reduce it subsequently, if you know what I mean. But to be fair, since I've actually done the settings we've talked about since the start, I really don't need to reduce it. So by default, to be fair, I just leave it at 60, and then that should actually do the work for me. So for the details and textures, to be honest, for this one, you can actually set it to whatever you like, depending on the type of PC you're using, if you know what I mean. And then to be fair, that's been it really. Once you set this one to ultra performance, put the VRAM skill target to about 60, give or take between 60 to 50, or at most 70, if you know what I mean. But ideally the mini target should just be 60 for it. And then the display should be as it is, which is on plus boost. And then for this one, this is really crucial, that's the custom frame rate limit should be set to the same frame rate you've actually got for your monitor, if you know what I mean. And then so that's it, guys. And I've actually been playing the game really massively smoothly, to be fair, and I've been having a blast with it. So I'll just hop into the game, just basically to say, because obviously the packet burst would still be showing, that's the the telemetry on the screen, but you wouldn't feel the effect at all on the game.
Initiate objective control.
Work your fragment A.
I am taking the objective. Zone A secure. Taking the lead. Stay on task. Securing B. Taking C.
Protect me with your guns.
Let's go this OBJ.
Target.
Losing A. Losing B. We're losing Alpha. Lost A.
We have to take this objective.
Taking B. Bravo is ours.
Tango removed. That is 101.
Securing Alpha. Losing Bravo. Taking Alpha.
Catch me eyes in the sky.
UAV commencing surveillance operation.
Shot is good.
They're taking C.
UAV
Lost B.
Send in flashbang.
Arm to cloud. Itself once more.
Yeah, so when that's done, so obviously you just need to restart the shaders preloading after you've actually done all this setup. So obviously you just give it a click and then you just restart it. So you restart your game and then the pre-shaders should actually start loading up. So that's been it from me, guys. Do give this video a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it or if it's been really helpful. If you've got any more queries about anything or the settings, do obviously drop a comment down in the comment section down below, and then I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.